when you really stand up for something that's important to you and go all in, yeah, like you said, maybe the people you thought were your friends kind of go away and they're replaced by people that are really in your tribe and dialed right into you. And yeah, like you said, 100-fold. You mentioned spirituality. Go ahead.
One other thing, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Malone. He was the one who's kind of got me hooked up with Steve Bannon. And so if it wasn't for Dr. Malone, my voice might have never been heard. So I want to give a special shout out to him. But go ahead. What was your next question?
Yeah, no, Doctor's been great. We had him on the show, and then he came to London and sat right here in the studio with me. And yeah, we had an incredible 3-hour conversation. He's a real, fellow truth warrior, as he called me, and I feel that way about him. So he's been incredible. Yeah, your spirituality. Tell me about that and how important that is, because you've referenced it a few times. And you know, when things are tough, sometimes you have to check in with these kind of higher powers, and they kind of can guide you and then tell you if you're doing the right thing. Can you speak on that a bit?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, I was lucky enough to go through a spiritual battle of my own in 2011-12. I became clinically depressed, and my depression wasn't clinical until I met with the pharmaceutical industry, psychiatrists and therapists who I had mild anxiety and depression. And then I was provided a cocktail of SSRIs and antidepressants and what have you, and it made me worse. Made me a lot worse. And through that journey, I met a psychiatrist who, lived in Cambridge with me, Cambridge, Massachusetts, and his whole career was taking people off antidepressants. He was of the belief that they were not suitable for the vast majority of the population, that most depression is situational, it's normal, happens in life, and you get over it. And that these drugs, when used improperly, can devastate people with side effects, suicidal thoughts, all sorts of disorders, knock-on effects. And his job was to take people off those drugs. And he told me, Ed, you're a walking zombie. And he was spiritual as well. And he said, and I believe in God. He said, you need to pray to God. You need to get off the victim pity party. You need to change your diet, and you need to get off all these drugs. And you need to do physical activity. And I did all three. So the bargain was with God, I had to meet him halfway. I had to give over all my worries and anxieties to him, but I had to do my deal, which was, get fit, fast, get off all the drugs, change the way I thought. I used to be on Wall Street, it's hard not to be a little ADD. So I was always in the present, or in the past and the future. So I was never really present. And a lot of spirituality is present moment thinking, because fear doesn't exist for the most part. The future fears, they're not real. They haven't happened yet. In the present moment, you're fine. And if you're in the past, you're dwelling in victimhood. So I've come up with a saying that Satan lives in the past and the future. God is in the present moment. The more I stay in the present moment, I mean, right now we're talking about awful stuff, and I have to go into the future, but I come back to the present moment as often as possible. I enjoy life. I mean, I take time for myself. We're doing a ton of work, but I'm not sitting around depressed. Life goes on. People get married. People are going to have children. As much as things are messed up, life goes on, and you have to enjoy it while you can. So, I do what I can. I'm trying to make a difference, but I give the results over to God so that I don't get frustrated. I do what I can, and if all my work results in nothing, well, that's okay. But I tried.
The strange thing about this space I've found, Ed, when I'm talking to people like you or Dr. Malone or a whole host of others, these people are surprisingly, great to be around. They're positive people. They want to find solutions. And even though we're kind of mired in analyzing probably one of the worst things to ever happen to humanity, the people aren't like that. And that's always a good sign to me that, like, my comrades are people that are, like you said, in the moment, still feeling good about doing work in a difficult situation. And yeah, that's always a good sign for me.
I'm excited. Look, I truly believe every great evil creates a great good. And we've just seen a great evil. And I do think there's a renaissance coming, but we have to go through the tribulation, the economic collapse, the fear, the people who don't understand. But there's a core of us now that are awake And, I think there's going to be new systems that emerge, and I hope to be part of the building of that. I view this like the movie The Matrix, that, you're Neo and you work with the machines, or you're Agent Smith and you want out of the system. Now, Agent Smith is viewed as an evil dude, but is he? I mean, Agent Smith just wanted out. And we can either be Neo and work with the machines, the establishment, or if they don't want to work with us, we create a new system. That's where I think this is going.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's of course been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.